My husband was about to lose his job over a lie until her ex spoke up. 2 months ago, my stepsister Lauren, 30F, finalized her divorce from her husband Nathan, 34M, after 5 years of marriage. She claimed she discovered Nathan cheating with a colleague and accused him of emotional abuse throughout their relationship. Our family was heartbroken for her, especially since she announced her pregnancy 4 months along, shortly after the divorce. Lauren was sharing an apartment with a roommate at the time and reached out to me, asking if she could stay with us temporarily. She explained that legal fees and divorce costs made her rent unaffordable, and she felt scared about facing pregnancy alone. When I, 28F, discussed this with my husband Michael, 32M, he was hesitant. He mentioned that Lauren had always made him uneasy, but I brushed off his concerns, thinking he was overreacting. Lauren had always seemed kind at family events. I persuaded Michael that we should support family in need, especially given her circumstances. He agreed reluctantly, mostly to respect my wishes. The first few weeks after Lauren moved in were calm. She stayed in her room, expressed gratitude, and occasionally helped with small chores. However, about a month into her stay, things shifted. Lauren began wearing revealing outfits around the house, particularly when Michael was present, short nightdresses or tight athletic wear, which was unlike her usual style. She also started lingering in whatever room Michael was in. If he was in the study, she'd suddenly need to print something. If he was in the kitchen, she'd decide she was hungry. Michael confided that her behavior made him uncomfortable, mentioning suggestive remarks she made when I wasn't around, like asking if he ever imagined being with someone else or commenting on how fortunate I was to have such an attractive husband. She'd also find reasons to touch him, brushing past him in the hall, resting a hand on his arm, or asking for help with tasks she could manage herself. I regret not taking Michael's concerns seriously. I thought he was misinterpreting her friendliness and told him so. Last week, I decided to host a baby shower for Lauren to lift her spirits, as she'd mentioned feeling sad about not celebrating her pregnancy properly due to the divorce. The event, attended by family and her friends, went smoothly, and Lauren seemed genuinely happy. But the next day, everything unraveled. Lauren posted a lengthy social media message accusing Michael of harassing her throughout her stay. She claimed he made inappropriate comments when I wasn't around, walked in on her in the bathroom, and tried to touch her whenever he could. She alleged that during the baby shower, he cornered her in the kitchen and attempted to kiss her, only stopping when he heard someone approaching. My family's reaction was swift and harsh. My stepmom Diane called, furious, saying she always suspected something was wrong with Michael and couldn't believe I'd married someone like him. My dad texted that he was ashamed of us and needed space to process. Lauren's friends bombarded Michael's social media with hateful messages, labeling him a predator and threatening to report him to his workplace. As a teacher, these accusations could ruin Michael's career. He was devastated, showing me emails from parents at his school who had seen Lauren's post and were calling for his dismissal. When I confronted Lauren, she sobbed, accusing me of siding with her abuser over her, a pregnant woman. She claimed she'd been too scared to tell me earlier, knowing I wouldn't believe her. Diane supported her, saying I was as bad as Michael for doubting my vulnerable stepsister. The tension in our home became unbearable. Michael avoided Lauren, staying in our bedroom and expressing fear of further accusations. He suggested we ask her to leave, but my family warned that evicting a pregnant woman would validate her claims. They said only heartless people would abandon an expectant mother with nowhere to go. Lauren, supposedly due in 4 months, insisted she had no other options. I'm torn. Michael's life is being destroyed, but I'm afraid of making things worse by asking her to leave. Am I wrong to consider kicking her out? Update 1. After days of sleepless nights, I couldn't shake the feeling that Lauren's story didn't add up. The timing of her accusations, her behavior before the shower, and the contrast with the Michael I've known for 7 years gnawed at me. I decided to investigate further. Contacting Nathan was difficult since Lauren had cut him off from the family post-divorce, blocking him on social media and deleting his number from my phone years ago. After searching old emails and contacting a mutual friend, I finally got his number. When I reached Nathan, his reaction to Lauren's accusations against Michael was unexpected. He wasn't defensive, just weary. He sighed and said he should have spoken up earlier. Nathan revealed that Lauren, not he, had been unfaithful, having an affair with his coworker Ethan for months. He caught them together at their home when he returned early from work with a headache. He later learned they'd been meeting at Ethan's place for weeks. Nathan explained that he stayed silent because Lauren threatened to ruin his career by accusing him of abuse if he exposed her. As a corporate finance professional, he couldn't risk such claims. Nathan sent me evidence he'd kept. Screenshots of texts between Lauren and Ethan, security footage showing her sneaking Ethan into their home, and emails where she threatened to destroy Nathan if he spoke out. He'd stayed quiet to avoid stressing her during pregnancy, not wanting to harm the baby, but felt compelled to speak after hearing about Michael. I spent a day reviewing the evidence, explicit messages, planning meetups, and discussing a future together, leaving no doubt. When I confronted Lauren, she broke down, admitting she fabricated the accusations against Michael. She confessed to developing feelings for him, believing they had a connection because of his kindness. When he rejected her advances, she felt humiliated and wanted to hurt him. She planned the accusations to coincide with the baby shower for maximum attention. I recorded her confession, hoping it would clear Michael's name. But my family, including Diane, refused to believe the evidence, accusing us of coercing Nathan or threatening Lauren. Diane even suggested we bribed him. My dad still won't talk to us. Lauren remains in our home, and Diane threatens to tell everyone we're abusing a pregnant woman if we evict her. Michael is struggling. Anonymous emails, likely from Diane, were sent to his school, and he faced a meeting with the administration. Though no action has been taken, he fears losing his job. Our lawyer says defamation cases are tough to win. I feel guilty for ignoring Michael's initial discomfort with Lauren and pushing for her to move in. His reputation is at risk, and I feel partly responsible. Update 2, the situation has grown more complex. Lauren is still living with us due to family pressure. While helping her rearrange her room for baby furniture Diane bought, I found an old phone hidden in a box. It was an iPhone she'd used before upgrading, which she'd claimed to lose during her separation from Nathan. Against my better judgment, I accessed it using her unchanged password, her birth year. The contents were shocking. Dozens of inappropriate text threads with married men in our circle over 3 years, including our neighbor Lisa's husband Ryan, my cousin Mark's husband Daniel, and my friend Emma's ex-husband Chris. The messages followed a pattern, friendly chats turning suggestive, leading to explicit photos and meetup plans. The most disturbing find was a conversation with her former roommate's husband, Brian, from when Lauren lived with her friend Nicole post-separation. Lauren flirted with Brian, and when he rejected her, she told Nicole he was making her uncomfortable, leading to her sudden move out. Messages showed Lauren bragging to a friend about manipulating people and using her victim status to gain sympathy. I also found texts proving she planned her affair with Ethan long before accusing Nathan of cheating, including helping Ethan create a fake email to send false tips about Nathan's workplace misconduct. Recent messages with Diane, from before Lauren moved in, revealed they strategized using her pregnancy to gain sympathy and targeted Michael because he was kind and well-liked. I showed Michael the evidence, and he was both relieved and horrified. We're documenting everything for our lawyer, as the phone's contents could counter her accusations. I haven't confronted Lauren about the phone, as she hasn't noticed it's missing. I'm gathering more evidence and contacting her other victims before acting. Michael wants to show everything to my dad, but I want the full picture first. Update 3 last week, I reached my limit. After compiling evidence and speaking with Lauren's victims, I confronted the issue at a family dinner my dad hosted to mediate. He'd started replying to my texts but wasn't speaking to Michael. I prepared a folder with the phone's messages, Nathan's footage, statements from Emma and Nicole, and a signed statement from Nathan about the divorce and Lauren's affair with Ethan. At the dinner, Lauren played the victim, accusing Michael and me of harassing her. Diane glared at Michael, and the room was tense. After dinner, as Lauren claimed we were pressuring her to retract her story, I presented the evidence. I played her recorded confession, showed the phone's messages, and shared statements from her victims. Emma, present at the dinner, detailed how Lauren tried to ruin her marriage by pursuing Chris. Nicole, via video call, described Lauren's tactics with Brian. When Lauren claimed I fabricated everything, I showed the phone, and her attempt to grab it only deepened her guilt. Overwhelmed, she admitted to lying about Michael, the affair with Ethan, and her false claims against Nathan, saying she craved attention after her marriage collapsed and was jealous of our happiness. My dad was stunned, and several relatives left in disgust. Diane tried to defend Lauren, blaming Nathan's failings as a husband and even me for not supporting her enough. But my dad shut her down, criticizing her for enabling Lauren's behavior for years. He apologized to Michael for doubting him. Lauren left with Diane crying. Many relatives have since apologized to us, sharing their own stories of Lauren's manipulations. We learned the baby is Ethan's, not Nathan's, and Nathan had stayed silent to protect her. Update 4, Lauren moved out to live with Diane last week after we insisted she leave. She tried to play the victim, claiming she had nowhere to go, but we held firm. Diane has been relentless, contacting family to demand I apologize for publicly humiliating Lauren, arguing I should have handled it privately. She claims Lauren's pregnancy hormones caused her actions and were too harsh. The irony is stark. She defends Lauren's lies but condemns me for exposing them. Most family members have cut contact with Lauren and Diane. My Aunt Susan, once Lauren's supporter, stopped taking Diane's calls. My cousin Mark blocked them after Diane downplayed Lauren's actions against his marriage. My dad admitted Lauren had a history of false accusations, including against teachers in high school, always backed by Diane. He apologized for not seeing the pattern and has supported us publicly. Michael's job is safe, with the school dismissing the accusations after victims corroborated Lauren's behavior. Some parents apologized for their initial reactions. We're relocating to a new neighborhood for a fresh start, near Michael's school and my company's office. I've cut contact with Lauren and Diane and don't plan to reconnect. Some victims, like Emma and Chris, are exploring legal action, as are Nicole and Brian. Nathan is considering addressing Lauren's workplace accusations. Ethan, the baby's father, has distanced himself, wanting no involvement. Diane claims he manipulated Lauren, while Lauren posts online about forgiveness and being misunderstood, with Diane's support. The hardest part is realizing Lauren's calculated malice in trying to destroy Michael for rejecting her. That betrayal is unforgivable, but with the truth out, Michael and I are moving forward. Thank you all for your support. It means the world. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and follow for more real-life stories and heartfelt experiences. Your support helps us share more stories like this. Thank you for reading, and I'll see you in the next one.